all, this is me, Soundarya KS. So in this video, I'll be continuing with the part 2 of the ping pong game on coding. So if you haven't watched my part 1 video, please to watch it. Only then you will be get this whatever coding I have done till now. So let's continue. This is the outcome which we are expecting from this ping pong game. So now, before going to this mouse Y and ball moving and all, you need to understand the game states. There are 3 game states in this game. I'll tell you how and what is this. Now, when we say about game states are nothing but what state, what position is the game in. So now, in what position is the game in right now? The game is in the serve state. The game is in the serve state. Not only because it tells it is serving, but the game is in the start mode. It is not yet played. It is not yet started. So it is in the start mode. So I will put the game as first state. First state would be the serve state. And the second state would be the play state. Because after the serve, you will press space and you will start playing. So that will be your play state. So I will write play state. So the third state would be your game over state. Because when you leave the ball for 5 balls, you leave it, it stays like game over. Game over, press R to restart. So we can get that as game over state. So in this ping pong game, we need to remember this 3 states very carefully. So now I will go to the ping pong game coding. Now I will create a code where variable game state. Why is it variable? Because the game state keeps on changes depending upon the state of the game. Now it is in game over. Now if I press R, it will go to pressing space. Now when I press space, I am going to play state. So it keeps on changing, it keeps on varying. So I put it as variable game state. Now I will variable game state is equal to serve. Now I put a semicolon here. Now the game state I have declared it. Now can you notice something? While the game state is in the serve, we can get in text where it says press space to serve. This only appears when the game state is in the serve mode. So again, we will go to the thing and I will say if game state is equal to serve, game state is equal to y3 is equal to s. When we say, I will get a small thing, yes. So when there is a 1 equal to, we say it's for declaring things. It's for declaring it. Like here, the ball is equal to. Player paddle is equal to. So now we are declaring that is it. That's it. So we cannot change it. Is equal to this one. We are declaring things. And now when we are comparing both things, we use 3 or 2 equal to. 3 equal to is very, it's like the most common one. So we will use 3 equal to. You can also use 2 equal to. No problem. 3 or 2 equal to silver. Now is equal to serve. And I will put the curly brackets. And inside the curly brackets, I will put the text. In the text, I forgot to this about this one. When we talk about string data type, we always do this notation, which is the 1 minute. Yes. When this symbol, when this one is there, that means that it is the string data type. So whenever you can find this means that this text inside this string data type. String data type is nothing but a data type which is the text data type. Text, yeah, that all comes on the string data type. Now I will type text. This is a string data type. So I put it in that symbol, press space to serve. I put it in here, then 150. Okay, serve, and you need to come here, then 150, 180, which is the x and y value, and I put this colon. Now I reset and run. Okay, now we have this press space to serve, which will be only appearing when the game state is in the serve mode. Now I want this paddle to move. Can you see it is moving with my mouse? So I want that to move. So how will I move? When we look at the paddle here we can say that this mouse Y position is same as the paddle Y position. So I will write a piece of a code which I will say that I will write it here itself. Okay. The curly brackets, I will write it here. Player paddle is equal player paddle dot y, which is the y position of the player paddle is equal to okay, in this code.org you have some function called world.mousefy. Let me see the examples, which is nothing but mousefy values are limited. Okay, fine. Okay, so this is not explaining clearly, so I'll explain it. This is nothing but world.mousefy is the function for giving the mouse y position to a sprite. So I'll put world.mousefy here. Drag and drop it. Okay. Now I can get this one. How about a semicolon? Yes. Now I'll run this code. Okay, can you see? Why is that so? It's a bug. Can you guess why? It is because we have not done the background color. Background, let me keep it as white. Okay, background has not been declaring yet because I have my spelling is wrong. Now it will be declared. Now see, now there is no bug happening. Why is that so? Why when I created the background there was no bug? Because the function setup runs only once. The function draw runs many a time. Only the function draw repeats itself, keeps on repeating. The computer reads function draw again and again and again, but the computer reads this above the variable, these only once. So when we say that the player paddle dot y is equal to world.mousefy, when the player paddle is moving here, again the player paddle is created. When it is moving here, the new one. So the before player panel it is not deleted. So for that, if we keep a background, then the player panel which has been created earlier will go behind the background. So when we say this player panel is now, it's at the mouse Y position. So if my mouse is here and this player panel is been created right here, and when I put my mouse here, this player panel will be left. This side will be left, and my new mouse where it will be here. So when I keep on pushing like this, the more player panel will be created. But when there was a background, what happens is the background actually acts as a screen. It acts as a screen, and the player panel which has been created earlier goes back of the background, so we cannot see it. And now let us create. Now the player panel dot Y position is created. Great. Now the thing we need to do is we need to first we need to make the player score and the computer score. So I will write like in here I will write if ball dot x is 400. Why 400? Because that's a canvas size. Or this pipe is called the or function. Or in coding we use this pipe, these two pipes, which we call it as pipe, which is you can see the pipe in below below the backspace in your keyboard. You have this pipe thing. When you put two pipes, it means that it is acting as an or. So if ball dot x is more than 400, or the ball dot x position is less than 0, you need to now I'll put in that now the game state needs to go to the serve state. So I'll put the game state is equal to the serve state. We know this three thing. So when the ball is going there, it needs to go to the serve state and we need to play again. So, and then we also need to declare some points, right? So if again inside that one, I will say if ball dot x is above 400, then computer score is equal to computer score plus 1. Now again, I want the ball to go to the computer score will be increasing, but what about the player score? So if ball dot x above below the ball dot x is below 0, player score is equal to player score plus 1. So now we have created the scoring system for our ball. Now we want the ball velocity x and velocity y, right? So let me create that also. So I will write it here. Ball dot velocity. No. I'll write it at the top so that it is being seen first. So it does not mix. Is equal to b. Now maybe ball dot velocity y can be 4. Yes. So now I'll reset and run. Okay, the ball needs to bounce off. Okay, this code is keep on increasing. Can you see that? It's a bug. It's a bug. So we'll look on that bug later. But first, let us go to this ball dot velocity. Now the ball needs to bounce off the player paddle and top edge, bottom edge and all. So first, let us look on that. I will write here, which is the bowling bounce off and all. So ball dot bounce off. The ball needs to bounce off the top edge, right? The ball needs to bounce off the top edge, which is right here. It needs to bounce off the bottom edge also, because only the right and the left edge, the computer paddle and player paddle will play. But both of these edges, nobody was going to play. It is just a game code. So bounce off top edge. Top edge. Now I will write ball dot bounce off bottom edge, and then I will write ball down bounce off. In my other video, I have explained the difference between bounce off and bounce. You can watch that video if you want. Bounce off, player paddle, and ball down, bounce off, computer paddle. So now I will reset and run. Okay, can you see that I have got the error? Can you say why? Because we have not created the edge price. Edge price is right there. I think the edge price, yes, it is here. So we need to create edge price because that is very important in creating this game. Only when you create the edge price, we can say the computer that bounce off top edge, or else the computer will not know what is an edge. So we need to create the edge price. And now, so can you see this is a bug? And then, okay, now we have two bugs to resolve. So let us see the bugs later. Now we will move on with the let me tell you about the game state reset and all. So now for solving this bug also, we need this game state serve, the game state. We need this function. Functions are nothing but when we are doing how should I tell you? Yes, I can say the functions are nothing but when you call a function right here, and you can answer it here. So we can say, I can say that this function, I'll just write a simple function, or maybe I will say reset function. Now when I tell the computer that reset this game, when I just write reset and function, sorry, this is not 90, reset, and I open the brackets, and now here I do a function reset. Now, when the computer reads this line, it will automatically searches for the function reset, which I'll be putting it here, function reset. So the computer, the immediate second the computer reads this line, it will go to this function reset and reads what is there in this function reset. So this is how this reset is working, where you are going to write a function, and you are going to write what the computer needs to do when it is reading it. So now I will when we say about the function, we will say that we are calling the function. when I am saying this reset, I am calling this function. And when we say function reset, that means whatever here, it is called the function definition. So I will comment and write, here is the function definition of the function. And here is, I am calling it. I am calling the function. This is the simple thing. Now I will remove the comment. So now, as mentioning that, this function will be useful on our creating the game states when we want to change the game state. So what I will do is, I will write the function serve and function reset, so that we don't get this ball going on velocity, because when we lose, the ball should not go, right? See, when we press space to serve, should disappear when the function, when this game state is in the play or in game over. So for that, we will give a function called serve. Now I will write the function, which is the ball dot velocity dot. I will write the same thing. I will just cut paste it. Great. Serve is defined, but it is not. Yes, I will call it right now. No problem. Now we will do the function reset also. Function reset. Now I will write ball dot x, which would be the starting position of our game. So when we want to start the game, what thing we will be using, I will just write it here. Dot velocity x is equal to 0. Ball dot velocity y is equal to 0. This function, the use of this function is, it will limit the data. It will limit the lines of our code. It will make our code very short and neat. So that's why we use this function. Now, after declaring and after doing this one, we will now look on with the space press to serve. So when I press space, the game state needs to be in serve, and it needs to go with the serve thing, which is the ball dot velocity. Only then the ball dot velocity should be there. You can see here, when I press space, the ball is moving. That means the velocity is there for the ball only when I press the space button. And when I leave the ball, it again go to the serve state. So for that, I will say next to the computer, after the ball blow bounce, I will do that. If key down space. If key down space, I will write that serve function needs to be called, and then game state needs to switch over to play state. So I will write a colon, now I reset and I will run. So now I'll play. Okay, now our ball is playing. Now let me, yes. So I will run again. So now I will press space again. Can you see? Now when I press space again and again also, now I'll just run again and I'll tell you. So here when I press space key, the ball comes to me. Can you see it follows the same velocity. So though the game state is a play state, so we can change it by using the and game state, and I will write game state is equal to serve. Only when the game state is in the serve, the key down space needs to work. So when I press space key now, it doesn't work. Great. Now we have done till now. So let us go on. Let us move on. We need to, when we are going to go to the computer score and all, we need to give AI to the computer panel. Only then the computer panel will play with us. When we press space here, the computer panel is starting to move with the ball dot x position. So we will say the computer panel that then the ball dot x position is equal to the computer paddle dot x position. So I'll write this code here. Ball dot x is equal to computer paddle dot x. And none. Now I will press OK. Can you see? It is not working. The ball is starting from here because we have done the x position. So we need to give it ulta. It is the computer paddle dot x is equal to ball dot x. So now, can you see what happened? Can you get the inside of what I am saying? It is because the y position is here, the x position is here. We need to understand that. So I will say, if you're doing paddle of x, y. Okay. Now the game is working. Now we have given the AI to the computer panel and we are almost done. It's almost ready. We need to just going to give the bug. We need to solve the bug of the scoring system. So for that scoring system, we will say that in this scoring system, I'll go fball.x. Okay. Now we also need to give the ball.x at reset because I will say very clearly now, whenever the game state is in the serve state, it needs to reset itself. So I will say reset. So again I will start the game and I will miss the ball. So it now resetting itself. So our bug is solved. Now we have only one bug. It's not a bug. We have not done it yet. That is nothing but the game over. See, the computer I have lost up to 5 balls. So now we need to reset the game, which is the game over. So I'll write another command, which is if computer score is equal to 5 or player score is equal to 5, the game state is equal to game over and a semicolon and text. We need to display the text. Game, I'll put in caps. Game over. Game over. Now this one will be 170, 160. And then I will write another text, which is okay. I'll write press R to restart the game. And I put this semicolon and I write 150, 180. And for an R to restart the game, I will write another if command, which is nothing but if key down R R and game state, because it should not be doing it even in the serve state also, right? Game state is equal to game over. Now I get this curly bracket. Game state is equal to serve. Then computer score needs to refresh. So computer score is again 0. Player score is also 0. I think whenever I press space, it just goes on. So I reset and run. So one time. Sorry, I thought I missed. Want to miss? Yes, miss this ball. Miss. Yes, again. Third time. Fourth time. And fifth time I'll miss. Great. We have done creating the game now. So if you want more videos like this, please share, like and subscribe my channel. And importantly, I have given the written code I have shared the code in the description box below. You can always check it. And thanks for watching. Bye bye. Thank you.